obligations associated with NIL and things of that nature, okay? But, like I tell these guys, at the end of the day, this next week, as much as they may praise you, okay, this next week they can really tell you how bad you are if you don't perform at a high level in this next game.
Coach, we saw Julio Jones walking in with the team.
Love that guy. He is
like
awesome, man.
To get him to come back?
Oh, unbelievable. I just respect him so much because he came to me and said, hey, Coach, I was at the last game, the game before, whatever, he came and said, hey, I was on the verge of saying something to the guys and talking to them and saying certain things to them, and I refrained from it because I just didn't want to step on your toes, is basically what he was saying. And I made it extremely clear, okay, Julio, I played 0 snaps in the National Football League, okay? 0, okay? And you're one of the greatest wide receivers that any of them have really ever known. No, you've earned that right by what you did here at the University of Alabama and what you did in the National Football League. You would actually be doing me a disservice by not talking to them. So, no, you say whatever during the game, after the game, before the game. If you want me to be quiet, Julio, you got it. Do whatever you want to, because I just respect what he's done and what he's meant to this program. I mean, it was amazing just to meet him the first time because it's Julio Jones, man. Like, this dude, I use his film forever. There's a clip still to this day of him in the barbershop with Coach Saban, and they're talking about, hey, there were a number of kids that were getting recruited. I think Coach Saban said, I think we had 4 guys committed in the class, and you're going to be the 5th. And I was so nervous to talk to you about that because, I didn't know how you're going to feel about that. And then what did you say? And Julio said, I don't care how many guys you got in the class. I don't care how many, okay? When you come to Alabama, you're going to compete. You ain't got no choice but to compete. The guy in the chair says, you ain't got no choice but to compete. He said, yeah, you're going to have to compete. That's what cream rise to the top. And when you talk about Julio Jones, yeah, that's the cream rising to the top. So I'm trying to get my guys to emulate the things that he did, not only at Alabama, but in the National Football League.
Last 2 for coaches.
Going back to that from a recruiting standpoint, I know I can ask you about recruit, but I mean, when you've got that many former players, NFL guys coming back on your sidelines, you see recruits out here taking selfies with it. How valuable is that?
Super valuable. I mean, you got guys, current players, former players, that are just reiterating some of the same things that we're saying, that the University of Alabama is special because it's the University of Alabama, and no other program is going to give you the opportunity to raise your brand and what you do than what the University of Alabama, but they're living proof of it. Sometimes you can tell young people something, all right, but until they can touch it, feel it, like sometimes they don't really know and understand how much of a difference the University of, hey, recruits, okay, I got all these, hey, it's different here at Alabama.
On the other side of the ball, Damani Jackson got a pick. How hard is it, for your guys? How much does it help your guys to go against him in practice, given, how good of a corner he is?
First of all, he did a heck of a job. Damani is kind of a chill, he's a Cali guy, San Diego, he's kind of a chill guy, works his tail off, don't get me wrong, and plays his butt off, at practice and gets out there, but he got to chill. And it was just all of a sudden this beast came out of him on Saturday that I was super excited for him, and the way he was playing, the way he was competing, the way he was forcing the issue with the other football team across from us. So I was super happy for how he played the game more than anything related to my guys, and that's kind of how I am as a coach. I just support our guys and how they play the game. Man, Schmitty, love Schmitty, man. That kid gave his all on Saturday. Through pain, and these guys, and they compete every day in practice. So they're making us better, we're making them better. And that's why, recruits, you come to the University of Alabama, because you're going to compete against the best every day. How can you get better every day competing against somebody who you know is inferior to you? You're not going to give your best, you're not going to do your best, you're not going to be at your best, period. okay? And when you get to that National Football League, they're going to expect you to be at your best. So recruits, come to Alabama to compete with the best.
Thanks, y'all.